Hi guys, today our lesson is writing. So we will study about personal narrative paragraph. Actually, this is the second part of the lesson. So before we start the lesson, let me share the objective of this lesson with you. So the objective of this lesson is to write a personal narrative paragraph. I repeat, the objective of this lesson is to write personal narrative paragraph. Okay, let me ask you, what is a personal narrative writing? Do you remember? As I said, this is the second part of the lesson. So do you remember what is personal? Okay, personal narrative paragraph or writing, personal narrative. Okay, let's see the answer. So when I say personal narrative, it is a true story, okay? It is a true story about your life. Personal narrative is when you tell a story about your life. So that is what we mean by personal narrative. Okay? So before we move, let me clean this one. Okay, next. So do you remember the steps that we should follow to write a personal narrative paragraph? So let me remind you. So here, first we said we have brainstorming. What do we mean by brainstorming? So in brainstorming, we write down all the ideas that come in our mind, all the possible topics that we want to write about, okay? So for example, I have 2 or 3 topics in my mind, so I write them down and I try to write down the important events, means what happened most in each or about each topic, okay? So when I finish my brainstorming, I start planning my my paragraph. Okay, means I should choose what I should write about exactly. Okay, then I start pre-writing. So when I pre-write, I have to use vivid words. So what do we mean by vivid words? They are words, adjectives, for example, expressions that describe what happened in the story, and at the same time we use them to show the reader, okay? When I say the reader is the person who reads your work, what people in a personal narrative feel, okay, think, and also what people do, okay? Let's see an example. I felt so scared when I found out I was alone at home. So here I'm describing how I feel. Okay, I felt so scared. Okay, next. Also, when I am writing, I can use dialogues, means I can have a conversation in which I use quotations. For example, do you want to come over and join us? So he asked. Sure, I'd love to, I replied happily. So here I'm using this dialogue quotations in my conversation, okay? So here these are the quotation marks to show that it's a dialogue, okay? So let me clean again this one. Okay, more tips. So you should remember that when you are writing a personal narrative, you must use your point of view, and you have to use the pronouns I, me, my, etc. when you are writing. Of course, do not forget to organize your ideas. Means you have to use transition words to show the order of events. What happens, or what happened first, what happened next, what happened after that, and what happened last. Okay, that's how we should organize our ideas when we are writing. Of course, you have to start your paragraph with a very interesting sentence. The first sentence should be very interesting. Do you know why? Well, your first sentence should grab or catch the attention of the reader. If I read, I am a reader, you give me your paragraph to read. If your first sentence is very interesting, it will make me want to read more, to read all your paragraph. But if there is nothing special about your first sentence, I will not be interested in reading it, okay? So remember that your first sentence must be a catching sentence, very interesting sentence, okay? Do not forget the setting. Do you remember what we mean by the setting? Yes, we always study that. We said setting is time, means when the story happened, and the place means where. Is it in school, in your house, in the park? Where? Okay? And do not forget to finish your sentence, yeah, with a very interesting sentence again. Okay? I repeat, do not forget to write a very interesting sentence to finish your story. Okay? Practice. What will we do in practice? Let's see. Okay. For practice now, you must go to your language book, language art, okay? Take page 100 and answer the questions that you have there, okay? After that, you should think about an interesting topic and you follow the steps that we saw before, the tips that we saw before, and write about it, okay? That should be done in page 101. So when you finish all this, yeah, when you finish working in your book, go back to the online question and the paragraph, the same paragraph that you wrote in your book, please write it online and submit it. Is that okay? I hope this is clear and it's gonna help you to do your writing, okay? So good luck and thank you.